Everyone knows that making a million is hard. But do you know what's even harder? Making your first 10k. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact mindset shifts that you need in order to make your first 10k in business. This is not the normal stuff that you are used to, because these exact mindset shifts are the difference between an entrepreneur that is broke and unhappy, an entrepreneur that is always trying hard but never seeming to figure it out, and an entrepreneur that is successful in business and living life to his fullest. These exact mindset shifts are the ones that have helped me start from zero and make over tens and thousands of friends across multiple businesses. Kicking it off with the first one. You see, there's a very major big problem in the entrepreneurial space. Many entrepreneurs like this idea of hard work makes the dream work. I'm sure you've heard of this idea before. You see, I remember one particular day I woke up at 4 a.m., started grinding. You see, I used to love this idea of working hard. The more effort you put in, the more results you get out. The more effort you put in, the more money you get out. Hard work beats talent. I used to love that. I used to live by those principles every single day. So later that day, I went on to visit one of my mentors who used to teach me and mentor me on how businesses worked, because he owned a couple of businesses. So on that day when I visited him, he said something to me. He said, "Michelle, come here. You see, boy, at this point, you probably know everything that I've taught you. Everything that I know at this point, you probably know it. I've taught you everything that I know. And it's about time that I put you on the test to find out that really, have you been listening to what I have been teaching you for the past 3 years?" So he proceeded to say, "You know what? I am going to give you the next month and a half. That is precisely 6 weeks in total. I want you to make up a plan to come up with an idea that will allow you to make your first ever 6k. I do not care how you make it. What I want to see from you is 6 weeks later, I want you to come back with 6k and tell me exactly how you made it. Now go and figure it out." You see, later that day when I was sitting in my room, I was so excited, thinking of ways of how I could do it. After all, I had all the time in the world. 6 months, it's a lot of time. A month and a half. Thought of ways that I could generate this income, until I stumbled across an idea. What if I sold phone chargers and pouches? Sounds simple enough, but there's a clear value. Nearby, there's 3 malls that are there close. There are 3 malls closer to where I stay. If I can just hop into each mall each and every day before the mall opens, I'm there, and I'm the last one to leave that mall. Every single customer, every single person that enters that mall will probably hear these 2 sentences coming from me. Do you need a phone charger for your phone, or do you need a phone pouch to protect your phone from damage when it falls? So indeed, for the next 2 weeks, I was there. Every single day, I was there working hard, approaching people every single day. Every single person would hear me showing them how this phone charger, it is the fastest charger in the world. I don't care what phone you use, this charger will help your phone charge faster than any charger you can ever imagine. I was there. So 2 weeks later, while sitting in my room counting how much money I had made, you see, I invested my last 200 rands into buying and ordering the stock of phone chargers and pouches. But as I'm sitting there counting how much I made for that particular month, for that particular 2 weeks, I was devastated because I barely even made 120 rands. So sitting there, I was so confused of what is it that I could have missed. Because surely this thing was supposed to produce a profit for me that was somewhere around 400 to 500 rands. And now I'm only left with 4 weeks. Only even made 120 rands. I was starting to panic. Did not understand what is it that I could have done wrong. What is it that I could have missed? Because surely this idea should have taken off. Everyone at the mall, no one lives without a charger, no one lives without a phone. What is it that I could have done wrong? So the next day, I went on to meet my mentor. So when he asked me, how is everything coming along? I explained to him that I've been going to these malls, I've been selling these chargers, but I haven't made a profit. I only made this amount of money, and I don't understand why is it. What is it that I could have missed? So after explaining to him, he just got up and looked at his window. You see, his window used to look over every single employee in his workspace. He just looked at the window and just called me with these 2 fingers. So I came and I stood there with him. And he just proceeded to point to one of his employees. He said, do you see that person there? Pointed to one of his best employees. It was Big John. Everyone knew that this person worked harder than anyone. He said, you see that employee there, that is Big John. You see, Big John has worked hard for this company. No one in this company, including me, can work harder than that man, and I've rewarded him generously for that. But although he works harder than me, do you know why he can never make more money than me? And after proceeding to scratch my head for like 2 seconds, I just said, is it because you meet with very important people, sign very important deals with them, and he just works on normal stuff just to turn you a profit? And he said, that's exactly right. You see, although that man works harder than me every single waking moment of his days, the amount of value that he provides can never equal the amount of value that I provide. He can work for an hour just to produce one product that is worth 100 or 150 rands. I can just sit for an hour with 3 major clients and sign a deal that is worth 60,000 rands. That is the exact difference. It's the same time, different efforts and different results. You see, for the fact that I've asked you this question and you've come up with the correct answer, it means that you understand what you are missing. So I'm going to make things even easier for you. You see, now that you're left with 4 weeks to come up with this money, I'm doing you a favor. Let me cut it in half. You are now left with only 2 weeks. And if you do not complete this challenge within the next 2 weeks, I will be extremely disappointed in you. And guess what? For the next year, you are going to wash my car every single day. Doesn't matter whether it's raining, doesn't matter if you cleaned it then if you washed it yesterday and it looks perfectly clean, I do not care. You are there every single day washing this car and making sure that it is sparkling clean. So later that day, when I was sitting in my room trying to decode what exactly he meant when we were sitting there, I just pieced some of the words roughly to form an idea. Because what I understood at that moment, it told me that value does not equal effort. Money does not respond to effort. It only responds to value. And I was only selling a charger for 50 rand, 60 rand, a phone pouch for 70 rand, 80 rand, and expecting to reach my target within the next 6 months. It was unrealistic. So I decided to change the value that I was offering to people. For the next 5 days, I took every single day, every single waking hour of the day to learn how consulting works. I took crash courses. I took master classes trying to decode how consulting works and how to provide value to customers just by consulting them. So after doing that research and learning that skill for the next 5 days, I finally mastered that skill. And for the next 2.5 days, I tried to speak to some clients. Well, I was expecting to make somewhere roughly about 1,000 rands, and I only made around, I think it was 600 rands, and it was still not enough, because now I'm left with only 4 days till the challenge runs out, and I've only made 600 rands. How in the hell am I going to make the next 5,400 rands? That was a question that I was asking myself, and I cannot go back to my mentor and ask him what is it that I could have missed, because I know that man would probably crash that 4 days into 2 days if he gave me more advice. So I was all on my own, sitting in my room trying to figure out the solution. How can I do it? Replaying the conversation that we had again and again and again and again. What is it that I could have missed? What is it that this man was trying to teach me at that very moment? After replaying that conversation for almost 4 hours, sitting down, trying to understand what is it that I could have missed in this process, it finally hit me. On the last minute, it hit me. Oh, I knew exactly at that moment what I had to do. So the next day, what I decided to do is I went to one of my friends and borrowed this suit. You see, one of my friends used to wear suits all of the time, and I didn't have a suit at that moment. went to him and I asked him, can I borrow your suit for the next 4 days? I need it for some serious things. I promise you, I'll bring it back. Borrowed me his suit. Went to my mentor and said, for the next 4 days, can I borrow your office? Very important things. This is the crucial moment. This is what I need in order to finish this challenge on time. And he said, without any further hesitation, he said, okay, I'll give you the office. And I kid you not, for the next 4 days, I consulted roughly 8 to 10 clients. And every single client, when they hopped on that Zoom call with me and they looked at how I wore, they looked at that suit, they knew exactly that suit spoke money. They looked at that background and they realized that this background spoke the same language that suit was speaking, and they knew that this was a professional. So after consulting with them every single day for the next 4 days, 6 hours each and every day, guess what? I finally hit, and I did not just hit that target, I destroyed it, because I made my first ever 11,250 rands off of just doing consulting. So the reason that I'm telling you all of this is to tell you that money does not respond to how much effort you put in. You can work 30 hours a day, but is what you are working on equal to the value that you are providing? Because money only responds to one thing and one thing only. That is value. How much value you can provide. If you can solve a brain tumor right now for an hour, you can make more money than someone who works 3 years laying bricks. That is the amount of value that differentiates how much money you earn every single day. You see, there's a very big misconception that a lot of entrepreneurs like. A lot of entrepreneurs like this thing of getting rich quick, making money fast. They like this idea. We all have that one annoying friend who, after reading just one book, one business book, they'll all come to you all excited, all pumped up. Man, I just read this book and I'm telling you, within the next 30 days, I will make my first ever 1 million. And I'm so out of here. And we're all just sitting there. We're all supporting, but we know that at the back of our mind, that is just delusion. Backed up with uninformed optimism that is driving that man. And when you come and meet him next week and ask him, how's the business going along? The look that will give you is the same look as someone who is trying to marry you, because to them it will seem like you just said something that you were not supposed to say. Because they finally realized after a week that starting a business is no joke, making money is no joke. So making money quick is what a lot of entrepreneurs like. But here's the thing. Besides making your first 10k ever, you must understand that the goal of this whole thing, the goal of you sitting down to say, you know what, I want to make money for myself. The goal is not to make money fast. It's not to make money quickly. The goal of all of this is to make money consistently. Meaning that if you are entering into this field of being an entrepreneur, your goal is not to make money quick, it's to make sure that you build something that can sustain it, that can sustain an income or produce an income on a consistent basis every single day. And building that machine that can produce money every single day is no joke. It is hard. It is difficult. But if you understand that, okay, what I'm building right now, every single day or every single month, this thing will continuously pump money. That effort that you need to put in as you begin will be all worth it, because when it finally starts to pump money in your pockets, now you understand that, oh, this is why I began to do this thing. So you have to understand that it's not about how much money you can make within the first 30 days. It's about how much money can what you are doing produce every single month consistently without ever stopping. There's nothing more disappointing than making your first ever 10k as quickly as you can, and in the next couple of months or years you find out that that method was only just a fluke. Now you have to start from zero again and start producing another income source. You see, here's another problem. There's another problem in the entrepreneurial space. There's a certain buzzword that is circulating in this space. Multiple sources of income. I'm sure you've heard of this idea before. You start 3 businesses. Every single one of them will produce you money. If one of them fails, or if 2 of them fails, at least you have this one who will continue to make money from you. This idea sounds golden. It can even receive an Emmy award. But here's the reality. All of this is all wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. You see, if you can take a tiny fraction of a minute out of your day after watching this video, search the top 100 richest people alive today. And after searching all of those people, you'll find one thing that all of them all have in common. Every single one of them got rich doing one particular thing. Every single one of them. They got rich starting one particular business. Not 5, not 10. One. And let me tell you, as someone who has been at this space since I was 16 years old, I've read the books, I've started the businesses, I've failed a couple of times, and I've lost money. And here's the thing. Starting a business is hard. It's not child's play. It is the most difficult thing you can ever try to do in your life. And I always try to explain this idea to many people. You see, there's a video here that will pop up where I explain the exact blueprint to start any business from 0 to 10k every single month. There's this example that I use, that a business is like a car. When you're looking at it from afar, that thing seems like a giant machine. But as you zoom in, as you get closer to that car, you finally realize that that machine is made up of tiny parts that are all working together. The tires are connected to the drive shaft is connected to the gearbox is connected to the engine. Everything works together and it functions to make that machine what it is. It's parts working in symphony. And those parts are working harmoniously to create or make this magnificent machine to work. And guess what? If one part in that car does not play its role, guess what? That machine will not be a car anymore. Just imagine a car without an engine or a car without tires. It's no longer a car anymore. That is what a business is. When you're looking at Coca-Cola from afar, it's just a business. But as you zoom in, you find out that Coca-Cola is made up of all of these things. There is a marketing team, there is a production team, there is HR department, there is the finances, there's all of these things working together. There is the CEOs, the managers, the employees, all of these people are working together to create that machine that when a bystander walks from afar, it only sees one thing, Coca-Cola. But when you zoom in and you come closer, you find out that Coca-Cola is made up of a lot of different parts, skills. Every single one in that company has different skills. And you as an entrepreneur or as an owner of a business, when you are beginning to start that company, guess what? You are the only employee and the only boss. Meaning that you have to have all of those skills. You have to know how to market your product, how to manage money, how to do your HR department on yourself. You have to manage yourself as an employee, how to produce and deliver the product to all of your customers. All of those skills needs to work together when you begin to form that magnificent machine that you call a business. So imagine now knowing how hard it is to only just start one company and try to split your attention across 3 different companies. All of these companies are in different categories. This one is about fishing, this one is about fashion, this one is about etc. They are all in different markets. You are competing against different competitors. It is easier for you to start one company than it is to start 5 different companies at the same time. So you have to understand that forget this idea of multiple sources of income as a beginner entrepreneur and only focus and narrow your attention to just one particular business. Master that business, and when that business has finally reached the epitome or a level beyond success, then you can use that money to hire people who have the skills to start the next company for you. Most entrepreneurs think that the reason that they haven't made their first 10k or the reason that they haven't found success in their businesses yet, it is because of they picked the wrong business model. Others think that the reason that they haven't made success in their business yet or haven't made their first 10k, it is because they entered a market that is too saturated. And others think that maybe it's because the economy is performing badly. But the truth of the matter is, after so many countless studies have been done, the truth of the matter is the reason that you haven't seen success inside of your business is none other than you. The reason that you are not successful yet It is because of no other reason, no other person but you. And let me tell you why. You see, the good thing about being an entrepreneur, it is because you have all the freedom in the world. You decide to do what to do at what time, what to do at what time. You decide everything. You have the freedom to do anything at any moment with whomever you want. And here's the bad thing about being an entrepreneur. It is that you have all the freedom in the world. You decide what to do at what time, with whomever you want, at whatever place you want to do it at. And I know you're probably asking yourself, isn't that the same thing? No, it's not. Here's the thing, you see, as an entrepreneur, when you have freedom, you have to understand that you have a limited time each and every day. You have less than 12 hours. You have 24 hours each and every day. That is limited. And out of those 24 hours, 12 hours of the day, you have more energy than you can ever do. 7 to 8 hours of the day, you are sleeping. And the next couple of hours that remain, you are just living life. So you have to understand that how you used the 12 hours of your day, every single day, matters. And all of that lines up to how much money you make every single day. If you use 12 hours each and every day to focus on your business, guess what? You make more money more quicker than someone who just uses 6 hours of the day to produce or to focus on their business. You see, the good thing about being an entrepreneur is that the freedom that you have, you can use it to perform anything at any moment. And the bad thing is that most entrepreneurs like that idea of freedom, to just give themselves excuses to do things that do not really add any value into their businesses and into their lives. So this freedom thing really is a double-edged sword. And it's a double-edged sword if you do not understand how to use it wisely. The government is lying to you, and at this very moment it has been lying to you ever since you were born, and at this very moment they are still lying to you. And this exact lie is the exact reason why you are where you are today. It is the exact reason that you haven't seen success inside of your business till this day. You see, the government always tells you that in order to start your business as an entrepreneur, you must first wait for a couple of moments. Do not start your business just yet. Register your business with the CIPC. Register that business so that it is legally seen. You must stop. No, don't start yet. Just open a business account. That can take 2 to 3 months to legalize everything and make sure that the government knows that this is it. No, don't start yet. You have to wait for the government to give you funding so that your business can work. No, don't start yet. Do this and that. Wait for that so the government can provide you infrastructure and all of that. But the truth of the matter and the data shows that till this day, people who have made millions and billions of rands, dollars, whatever currency you want to pick, all of them have made it without the help of the government. You don't need to register your business in order to make money. You just need the brain to start and understand how is value produced for other people. The moment you master how value it is produced to another person, it is the moment you have mastered how money works. And the moment you produce value for another person and that person trades you that value for his money, then you are in business for life. But here's the thing, the reason that they don't want you to understand that you don't need all of these complicated stuff before you can start your first business is because they understand that the longer they keep you waiting, it is the more money they take out of you. Because eventually one day you wake up and you are 30 years old, you've been waiting for funding from the government only to realize that time has run out. The business that you want to start has been outdated ages ago. And guess what? You finally give up and say, you know what? Let me just go work a 9 to 5 and pay my taxes, retire at the age of 70 and probably leave and let go of what I dreamt when I was younger. All that they want from you is just you to pay the taxes. And they know very well that rich people would rather die than pay their taxes. And I've made a video about it. It will pop up on the screen right here. But you have to understand something. The right time to plant a tree was 19 years ago. And the next best time to plant a tree was 3 weeks ago. The third best time to plant a tree, it is yesterday. Meaning that you are already behind. Start today. Doesn't matter. You don't need to read 70 books in order to master business, because the most important things that you will learn in business are the things that you will learn practically. You can read the best strategy in the world on how to start a business, but if you do not sit and say, man, I'm selling this thing will help you solve this problem practically, and someone says, oh, here's an amount, or oh, this is too expensive for me, oh, this I don't need it now, you'll never gain experience. You'll never build a successful business ever. You can know the top Forbes list CEO strategy to make 10 figures each and every day, but if you do not go out and practically practice and practically try to sell something to some people, reach some failures along the way, you will never master business ever. So you have to understand that, stop waiting, because I never ever heard or seen someone 70 years old lying on their deathbed and saying that I wish that I could have waited for a couple of 3 years just for the government to fund me. Every single one of them says, I wish I started sooner. I wish I chased my goals sooner. I wish I did this, even though I didn't have enough information, even though I didn't have enough money. I wish I did it earlier. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. It never comes. There's no perfect moment. Start today with whatever you have. Go and out into the world. Try to make the best out of it. That is how you win in this world. There's no formula. No one knows where they are headed. Everyone just knows that if I can start today, I give it all my best every single day. One day I will wake up and I will reach where I've always wanted to reach. So understand this, my friend. The best mindsets are the mindsets that allow you to win, not the mindsets that take from you. Believe in yourself every day. Go out and work hard every single day. That is the ultimate goal to success. That is the ultimate way to live this life.